Shalom Israel, this is part 3. Alright, we showed Israel coming out of Egypt, the Most High delivering Israel out of Egypt in the Exodus. And in Exodus chapter 20, the Most High give Israel the commandments, the law, statutes, and commandments. And now we're coming over here in Deuteronomy chapter 28. And let's see what the Most High Yah says. He says, "Now it come to pass, if you diligently obey the voice of Yah your Elohim, and observe carefully all his commandments, which I command you today, that the King your Elohim will set you high above all nations of the earth." All right. So if you know what I'm saying, if you obey the voice of Yah and follow his commandments, he will set you, Israel, above all the nations of the earth. All right. But what will happen if you don't follow the laws of the Most High? We'll find that out in Deuteronomy 28, verse 15. And it says, But it shall come to pass, if you do not obey the voice of the King your Elohim, to observe carefully all his commandments and his statutes, which I command you today, that all these curses will come upon you and overtake you. See that? Curse you shall be in the city, curse you shall be in the country. He said, curse you shall be in the city, and curse you shall be in the country. 17, he says, curse shall be your basket and your kneading bowl. 18, he said, curse shall be the fruit of your body and the produce of your land, the increase of your cattle and the offspring of your flocks. 19 say, curse shall you be when you come in, and curse shall you be when you go out. And 20 he says, the king will send on you curse and confusion and rebuke in all that you set your hand to do, until you are destroyed, until you perish quickly, because of the wickedness of your doing, in which you have forsaken me, Yah. 21. The king will make the plague cling to you until he has consumed you from the land which you are going to possess. 22, he says, the king will strike you with consumption, with fever and inflammation, and with severe burning. They shall pursue you until you perish. 23, he says, and your heavens which are over your head shall be bronze, and the earth which is beneath which is under you shall be iron. 24, he says, the king will change the rain of your land to powder and dust. From the heaven it shall come down on you until you are destroyed. 25 says, the king will cause you to be defeated before your enemies, and you shall go out one way against them and flee 7 ways before them, and you shall become troublesome to all the kingdoms of the earth. All right. 26, he say, your carcasses shall be food for all the birds of the air and the beasts of the earth, and no one shall frighten them away. He said, 27, he say, the king shall strike you with boils of Egypt and tumors, with scab and with itch, from which you cannot be healed. 28, the king will strike you with madness and blindness and confusion of heart. 29, and you shall grope at noonday as a blind man gropes in darkness. You shall not prosper in your ways. You shall be only oppressed and plundered continually, and no one shall save you. Yeah. 30. You shall betroth a wife, and another man shall lie with her. You shall build a house, and you shall not dwell in it. You shall plant a vineyard, but shall not gather its grapes. See that? He said, 31, he said, your ox shall be slaughtered before your eyes, but you shall not eat of it. Your donkey shall be restored to you. Your sheep shall be given to your enemies, and you shall have no one to rescue them. 32, say your sons and your daughters shall be given to another people, and your eyes shall look and fail with longing for them all day long, and there shall be no strength in your hand. See that? 33, he say, a nation whom you have not known shall eat the fruit of your hand and the produce of your labor, and you shall only be oppressed and crushed continually. Look at that. 34, he say, you shall be driven mad because of the sight of your eyes. Hold on.